Please join me in welcoming Dr. Sendil Ganesh, Managing Trustee, RVS Group of Institutions, CEO Transform Tech Limited, Convener CII Educational Panel, on the stage to share his insights.
Thank you, Dr. Ramachandran sir, for sharing your valuable time. But before I get into the subject, I would like to know some of your thoughts based on what you're seeing right now. I know it's too early, it's the first session. What does digital business transformation mean to you? What does it mean to you? So we are going to be exchanging views. I don't want to keep talking like a monologue for 2 hours. There's going to be, exchange of information. So especially faculty who have come from other colleges, what does digital business transformation mean to you? I know you always say that students should speak, right? So now this is a chance for you to, for me to ask you to speak. Anybody? Students? PG students? Everybody understands Tamil? Who doesn't understand Tamil? Raise your hand. So what is digital business transformation? Businesses are getting, okay, so I'll go to the next slide and maybe in the process I'll explain. So this is called as a digital vortex, right? What does this mean? Like imagine there is a tsunami, right? And a whirlpool, right? What happens in the center of the whirlpool? This is an easy question. Somebody's got to answer this. What happens in the center of the whirlpool? If some object goes to the center, what happens to that? If you go to the center of the whirlpool, enna agudunga? Huh? You're right. Tell me. Yeah, you're stuck and you go inside. Okay. So now, can you tell me something from the slide? Why do we have, these are different industries, right? We have put them on a whirlpool. Some of the industries are in the center of the whirlpool, which is the, this is red or orange? Okay, orange, right? And 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is a different color. This is a little bit on the outer side. This is on the edge. Okay. And where does Propel fit here, sir?
Tech products and services and manufacturing.
Tech product and services and manufacturing. Okay. So tech products is right at the center. You're in the center. Of course, manufacturing, you have a little more time. So what does this mean? Anybody can infer? Why is it that 1, 2, 3, 4 is nearer to the whirlpool? You said whirlpool, things get sucked into the whirlpool, right? So why did we put these things in the thing? Take media, for example. What's happening in the media industry? So, you know digital transformation, ma'am. So digital, how many people are getting news from still paper? Okay, 1, 2, I know, 50 years and above, easily, okay? So I still get from both YouTube and Facebook, right? How many of you get news from mobile? See, sir, you're 20. So this is what is happening, right? So what will happen to the newspaper industry? Okay, so the entire 6 days we are going to be talking about how existing industries, okay, these are also called as incumbents, INCUMBENTS. Some chalk piece here. Incumbents. How can existing industries, when they are faced with the digital disruption, what strategies, what organizational changes they can do in order to face the disruption successfully, if at all, if they have to, right? Next, this is Amazon.com. How many of you have purchased from Amazon.com? Okay, so all of you. Now, Another big change is happening in the world right now. Amazon.com, which industry? So here we clearly delineated different industries. Okay, we are saying this and this. Actually, Propel was a completely manufacturing company, but now he's saying he's also into this, right? So is it manufacturing or so the industries are converging? This is exactly what's happening here. What industry can you say that Amazon is in? Only okay, so retail, only retail. They are into tech products and services. Can somebody tell what tech products and services they are into? AWS. Okay. They are into media and entertainment. What is that? Prime. Okay. Prime and streaming, right? You all watch movies there. They are into telecom, Amazon payments. Okay. Like Google Pay, they also are into financial services. They are into retail. They are into logistics, right? So what is happening in the present scenario is there is no more separate, industries. The industries are converging together. Amazon is into how many industries as of now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 industries. They are into 7 industries. So you can't call the new age companies belonging to one particular industry. I wouldn't be surprised that Propel 5 years from now, if they become a IT company, because that is what is happening with General Electric. There will be a full case study on General Electric as to how they are transforming from a manufacturing company into a service company, right? They will still be manufacturing, but most of their revenues will be coming from services. What is this? Apple. What industry do they belong to? Can you tell that Apple belongs to one industry? So, of course, phone, right? They started with phone, but look at where they are. They are also into financial services, media, retail, Apple Store. So, this is another example. So, digital business transformation, what these companies are called as digital native companies. Why are we saying that they are digitally native? I call Apple and Amazon as digitally native companies. What does that mean? So they are actually born digital, which means they don't have, most of their investments go into softwares and into computers, right? They have very less physical infrastructure, right? Take RVS for example. We have been investing on land and buildings for the past 35 years, and we have poured in so much money, right? But if you look at Amazon.com, they probably in land and buildings they would have 1/10 of the investment. Most of their investments will be in computer software and hardware, and they are making billions, no, trillions of dollars. What is the most valuable company in the world in terms of how many of you are finance faculty here or finance? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, finance, right? So when I say some company is value, like if I want to know what is the value of the company, how do you calculate that? Basically, number of shares times the shares outstanding. So, what is the most valuable company right now? Any idea? So, in terms of market capitalization, Tesla is one answer. Okay. Any other answers? Some students? Huh? Sorry? Alphabet. Okay. Alphabet is nothing but Google's parents company. Okay. Sorry? Berkshire Hathaway. Okay, into investments. Who's the most famous investor, right? Who's the most famous investor who's made money? Warren Buffett. Not yet. Very close, but not yet. I mean, these guys are very close. Not yet. Apple is the most valuable company. Okay, they are valued at $3.5 trillion. Okay, $1 billion is 8,000 crores in today's exchange rate value. 1000 billion is 1 trillion. அப்படின்னா எவ்வளோ 1 trillion? 1 billion is 8,500 crores. 1,000 billion is 1 trillion. What is the mathematics? So 8,500, you add, if you add 1 zero, it's 85,000. If you add 2 zeros, it's 8,50,000. If you add 3 zeros, it's 85 lakhs, right? So 3 zeros is what? 1,000. Okay, so that is 1 trillion. What is 3 trillion? Into so it's very big money. Okay, that is the value of Apple, right? Similarly, Google is not very far behind. Tesla is not very far behind. What else did we see? Apple and what is the other one we saw? Amazon is not very far behind. Okay, they are all into multiple lakhs of crores worth. Now, this is all because of digital and what they have done with digital. And when these companies actually come in and come into the marketplace, they start disrupting existing companies, right? How many bookshops can you see right now in Coimbatore? There was Landmark, okay, at least I remember Landmark. And prior to that, there was another bookstore, Hickenbotham's, okay. I don't see any of the bookstores right now. They're all called as incumbents, existing companies. They are all been disrupted by Amazon, Flipkart, and everything. So we are going to be discussing for the next 3 days is, today in the first session, I'm going to give you an overview of what is disruption. You need to understand what digital is, first of all, and you need to understand what is digital disruption, and then we'll come to digital business transformation. So these are the frameworks that we have given to you, and we will be referring to these frameworks as we progress. First, here is why to transform, like existing companies. Take our educational institution here, for example. All of us are from higher education. Do you think we are facing a threat from digital companies? Are we or are we not? How many people say yes? How many people say no? I want a contrarian view. Higher education, degree granting institution. I'm not saying learning. Okay, degree granting institution. Are we facing a threat? Is that so? I mean, tangibly, our admissions have to go. And that should not go to your college or my college. It should go to a digital online university. Is that happening right now? I don't think so. At least not in India for sure. Why? It's because only one thing: regulation. Okay, there is AACT, there is UGC. They are all protecting us from getting regulated. From getting disrupted. Otherwise, we will no way stand close to some of the online companies that have come up. Case in point is Coursera. Okay, so Coursera has actually partnered with the world's biggest universities, and they have content like this, in multiples, like for multiple courses in various disciplines. And in terms of quality, your college or this college we cannot even come close to it. Right? But still, Coursera has not taken away our students yet, right? They are partnering with us. How many of your institutions have partnered with Coursera? Anybody from Krishna College? I think you've partnered. You're from Krishna, right? So they are partnering. The reason is we are still protected because Coursera cannot issue degrees independently. Okay, but that is not the case with industries. Industries, there is no regulation like this. So until that time, we can do whatever we are doing. But please be awake. This is going to change. Manipal University has already started an online university, right? And Great Lakes online learning. So these guys are all coming. So it's very soon that higher education will be disrupted. So first we'll see why to transform, and here what to transform, right? So after we all agree that we have to transform, we should know what is it that we have to transform. So we will introduce case studies here, okay, as to how the next session, the next two sessions will be on American Express. American Express is a credit card company, right? How many of you have heard of American Express? All of you? Visa and their competitors are Visa and MasterCard. So there we will see how they have, what did they do to transform themselves so that they can compete effectively going forward. And this is something that again through case studies we will be referring. This is how to transform, why to transform, what to transform, and finally how to transform. These are the three things that we'll be referring to during the case study. So we have just zoomed in on what to transform. See, there are three types of value that every company can create. What do I mean? When I say there are three types of value a company can create, what do I mean by that? Or when I say a company creates some value for its customers, otherwise we are not into business, right? What value are we creating in higher education? Sorry? Branding, but to customers? Branding is something that we do in order to create value. But exactly, what are we creating? Like, what are we giving to customers, our students? Education, right? Now, in education, some of the institutions have premium infrastructure, and their fees are little high. We at RVS have been serving rural students for a very long time. So we have tailored our activities in such a way that we keep our costs very low. So we give higher education, we give degrees, but at a very affordable price. So that kind of a value is called as cost value, right? And if, for example, Krishna, you have premium infrastructure, your fee structure is high. I don't think you're giving cost value. You're giving experience value. Your experience is at a premium level, right? And there is another thing called as platform value, which American Express will talk about. And these are some of the strategic responses. When I say strategic response, when a very big digital company comes and disrupts your industry, immediately you have four choices. These are the four choices. Again, in one of the sessions, we will go very deep into it. And here, digital transformation is not about technology. Please understand that. It's not about technology alone. It is like playing, we call this as a digital piano, right? In piano, if you just press one key all the time, what happens? Will you get music? What do you have to do in order to get a symphony, or not symphony, in order to get a good music? What do you have to do? I think we have to speak a little more. I'm getting tired. You press all the keys like this. What do you have to do? Yes, ma'am. Different key combinations during different times. Similarly, if your company is doing digital business transformation, when I say company, I think the faculty should not mistake that this is only for company. It is for higher education also. So when I say company, I'm referring to colleges also. It is not enough if you have a good digital strategy. It is not enough if you have just a digital engagement. These are digital enablers. You should make changes to all these things at the right times so that you're transforming yourself. Again, we'll come back to you as to what these individual keys mean in the subsequent sessions. So far, you're with me? Okay. So we have been talking about digital transformation, digital business transformation. First, let's understand what is digital, right? What this says is It is a convergence of multiple technology innovations enabled by connectivity. Let's underline that word, okay, 3 times. Technology innovations have been coming right from 16th century, right? I think industrial revolution started somewhere in textile mills in UK, like in 17th century or 16th century. Printing press was supposed to be the first technology innovation, right? But what is different from today's innovation, technology innovation from the yesteryears is these technologies can be connected to one another. Okay, so this is what is digital. Now there are multiple examples, but if you can just understand that there are multiple new technologies that can talk to one another. If you combine those technologies, you can create some powerful things in the business. How many of you are aware of, okay, so let's just read these technologies. Big data analytics, cloud computing, mobile, I'm sure everybody knows, social media, connected devices, and Internet of Things. How many of you are aware of Internet of Things? IoT, electronics. Okay, so there will be a case study on IoT. Okay, so Cisco is one of the world's biggest industrial conglomerates. When I say conglomerate, it means they are into multiple businesses. They are not just into aviation, they are into healthcare, they are into what else? Wind power generation. They are into multiple business. Tata is a conglomerate. They are into multiple businesses. So we'll see how they have used Internet of Things to transform that company. Machine learning. How many of you are aware of this technology? Machine learning, analytics students. Okay. Do you teach machine learning, ma'am? You? Yeah. Oh, you're a student. Okay, I'm getting confused with students and faculty. All of you are. Okay. So machine learning, right? What about blockchain? How many of you are aware of blockchain? No, not many people. So all these technologies can talk to each other. It's enough if you understand this for right now. Now, what is digital disruption? Okay. So digital disruption is these technologies, businesses use these technologies to create huge businesses, right? And $1 trillion worth of businesses. Those are the Amazons, those are the Googles, those are the Apples and everything. The effect of digital technologies and business models on companies' value proposition and its resulting market position. How many of the faculty here come from commerce or business backgrounds? Okay. And computer science? One. Okay. So some of the terms might be new to you. What do I mean by value proposition? We talked about 3 types of value, right? Cost value, experience value, and platform value. When I say a company is giving a value proposition, customer value proposition, what does it mean? RKV ma'am, your session is next, so you can lead this. What does value proposition mean? Because this is something, these kinds of terminologies are very important if you have to, whenever you're reading some HBR articles or some business journals, they use these terms very frequently. So, customer value proposition. So, the first table also can answer. Yes, ma'am. Increase the value of the business. Okay, so increase the value of the business. Any more? Do I have another answer from this side? Sorry? Core competency. Okay, so you're talking now strategy, right? Core competency. Anybody? The second row is awfully quiet, just raising hands and bringing the hands down. Raising hands, so talk something. Customer value proposition. What does it mean? Customer satisfaction and feedback. Okay, close enough. Close enough. Can you take a lead from ma'am's? No, I think this is more or less the same, right? Customer value proposition. What is the meaning of proposing? Proposition.
So how we can add more value to the customer? For example, all these days we are selling equipment.
Yes. Yes.
And now we are running the equipments for customers.
Yes.
Call it as overall is customer just invests, and after that we take over and we give the final product to the customer from our equipments.
Oh, okay. So you take care of the customer's manufacturing.
Customers manufacturing also.
Great, excellent. This is why we need industry here whenever we are discussing.
Customization has a big product because olden days there were only one or two companies selling things. Now you have a tough competition. Globalization has helped us to buy from other countries.
So-
Unless you satisfy me, I will not buy from you.
So customer satisfaction. But what Sir is telling is first, Propel was actually only selling machines. They are, he said, they are manufacturing mining equipments, right? So mining na theriyum illaya? Poi nama edunga surangam.
For ease of understanding, the M sand and P sand producing machines.
Okay, M sand and P sand producing machines is what they are manufacturing. So what he's telling is, first the customer value proposition was, I will sell my machines. That is what they are giving, proposing value as to the customer. I'll sell my machines. With the machines, you do manufacturing and you make money. Okay, but now Sir is telling something else. Okay, the customer value proposition has changed. What is it? What did he say? He's taking the customer value proposition has changed. He's not only selling machine, but he's also managing the operations of the customer, right? This is a complete different value proposition, right? So digital disruption is these new technologies are enabling businesses to come up with new customer value propositions that is actually completely disrupting the market, okay? And it is creating enormous value. Now, this is what this entire 6 weeks is about. When you are faced with a competition like that, when Coursera gets permission to grant degrees in India, right, which is, in my opinion, not going to be too far away, they can grant degrees at 1 lakh. The best world-class degrees can be granted at a price point of 1 lakh. Why is it that they can do it at 1 lakh? Why is it that we can't do it at 1 lakh? So we can also go multiple numbers, right? So what do we have to do if we have to do, like they can enroll 50,000 students and they can start teaching, but we can't enroll 50,000 students. Infrastructure, we need infrastructure. For them, the infrastructure is only increasing the computing power, right? Which in AWS, you can just dial up or dial down. If 20,000 students come tomorrow, right, they just have to ask Amazon to increase the computing power and they can serve those things. So when you are faced with those kinds of competition, what do existing companies like us, what can RVS do? Okay, can RVS compete with them? Can RVS have a different value proposition? This is what is this entire FDP is all about. And I would like to reiterate one point. Digital transformation is organizational transformation, right? Your entire organization has to change. Your employees has to change. Your culture has to change. Your leadership has to change. Your strategy has to change. Okay, it is not just developing some applications. It is not just putting some apps and then saying that you have digitally transformed. This is what is happening in most of the digital transformation initiatives. A lot of these initiatives are failing around the world. Even the big companies are failing because they have not changed the organization. They have just implemented a technology. They are seeing some results, but the other areas in the piano has not changed, right? So what is a business model? Again, some business faculty are here. What do you mean by a business model? Strategic plan, okay. So plan, is planning enough? Sorry, ma'am. You have to execute it. What is lacking? You have to execute. Okay. Okay. So what you're saying is there are three things. How do you create value? how do you capture value? These are the two things that actually becomes very, very important. And how do you deliver value? What ma'am just said is, how do you deliver the value? You have to do certain things. Like for us, in order to deliver education, we have to do, we have a teaching learning process. We have research, consultancy, extension. These are some of the activities. And under teaching and learning, we have lesson planning, workload planning, all these things. So this is, we call it as delivering value, right? So business model is all about three things. How do you create value? What is the value that you're creating? We just talked about an example from Propel. What value? They are also, the value they are creating is they are running the manufacturing business of their customers along with their, after selling their hardware product. Now, in order to do that, they have to do certain activities, manufacturing, selling, finance, whatever, right? Now, these two things, if you do, it's not enough. There is one more thing that you have to do, which is capturing value. When I say capturing value, what does it mean? You're creating value, you're delivering value. When I say it's capturing value, what do I mean by that?
We need to understand our current businesses upstream and downstream from the origin to the maximum possible extent of the entire thing has to be visualized.
Yes.
Not just our core activities, and rebuild our business model and then start.
So that comes under creating value, right? Again, if you look at end to end, there is a very important thing. Again, a very important point. He said, a company should not look into only its operations. You should actually go, before that, before you start operating, you have some suppliers, right? You need to understand your supply, especially in manufacturing. You invest a lot of time and effort in optimizing your supplier base, right? And not only that, after you sell your product, you need to understand your customers also. So this is what I think you mean end to end. Very, very true. There is we are planning to launch another course called Strategy Formulation and Execution. And understanding this end to end cycle is very, very important if you have to create a competitive advantage for your company, right? So this comes under creating value and delivering value. Capturing value, it's a very simple thing. If I tell the answer, you'll say, idukku ivlo periya vaarthai use pandringalaanu kepinga. Very, very simple. If somebody has put money into a business, he'll first think about capturing value. Huh? So all your managements, including me, what am I worried? First, ROI, return on investment, right? So capturing value is all about how to make money. Now that there is, now if you this might look very, very simple, but actually there is something called as unit economics, and there is something, there is a literal science behind this. What kind of pricing you should have, because ultimately if you price very high, your product is not going to sell. If you price very low, again, you're going to lose money, right? So capturing value is again a very, very important thing. So a business model has to have these three things. How do you create value? How do you deliver value? And how do you capture value? So digital transformation is organizational transformation using digital technologies for sure, and business model changes with the objective of improving performance. That should be the objective, not just putting digital technologies mindlessly. This is again, we touched base initially. So in 2001, can you read this? In 2001, the 5 largest companies by market capitalization. This is GE. Again, this is a manufacturing company. Microsoft is a software company. What is Exxon? Oil company. What is Citibank? It's a banking company. This is Walmart. What is Walmart? Retail. Who has copied Walmart's strategy in India? D-Mart. And not only the strategy, they've also copied the name. Instead of Wall, they've put D. So these were the valuable companies. Now look at 2016. In 2017, the value of these companies have grown. What is this? Apple, Alphabet, Google's parent. Who are the founders of Google? Larry Page and Sergey Brin. Okay. And who's the CEO of Google? That we all know. Huh? Sundar Pichai. Okay. Third is Microsoft, Amazon, Facebook. All these are digitally native companies. How many of you know the meaning of wealth management? Okay, there are ICICI Bank, all these big banks have a division, separate division called as wealth management. What does it mean? Maintaining multiple assets. You maintain or so, there are wealth managers, right? What is their role? Like if you go to ICICI and if you say that I have 50 lakh rupees, I want a wealth manager, he will come and advise you. First of all, what is your age? I mean, he'll understand your profile, age, your family, your whatever, your risk profile, right? If somebody is very young, like all these people who are sitting in the back, right? His advice will be different from people who are sitting in the front, because we have different needs, our risk profiles are different, right? And this is with 50 lakhs. There are people with 50 crores who go to wealth managers. There are people with 100 crores. There are people with 1,000 crores. Now, they all need wealth managers. Okay, so they come and sit, and especially abroad, it's a very, very sophisticated business. And, what is very, very important there is your personal interaction. Why do you think personal interaction is very important there? Exactly. First is trust. Okay. You have to trust the other person. Even if it is ICICI, right? If some entry-level person who's just finished his MBA and who has taken this course comes and does wealth management, will you give your 50 crores to him? No. So you need comfortability, right? I mean, this is a very, very, because you're putting your life savings and your retirement and your children's future, your entire thing into his advice. So he will tell you, put so much money on fixed deposit, invest so much in stocks, put so much in house, put so much in land, whatever, right? Now, there is something called as robo-advisor, okay, which is a machine is able to understand the markets, okay, and it's now predicting. It'll ask you a question. You just go online, and then you just fill out your profile, and you'll tell how much money you have, and you answer basic questions. It will give you a list of suggestions. Now, my question to you is, will you believe that? And maybe 10,000, maybe 1 lakh, we might invest. But if you have 50 crores, will you believe that and will you invest? Yeah.
I believe if the company is good.
But how do you know the company is good?
I find out, I do the research.
No, but like you can't know somebody else's. So if you need to know,
There are now good number of online advisors for coming up.
yes, but you don't know their performance. You can't evaluate their performance. My question is, okay, so she's comfortable, like, she's retired, just recently retired, and she's saying she's comfortable with trusting. But all these companies are new. Please understand, they have probably a track record of 3 to 5 years. But yeah, they will give you some suggestions, right? They might ask you to invest yourself also, but it is the quality of the advice they are giving, right? If they ask you to, right? But the performance, tracking the performance, what do you think right now is the performance of robo-advisors versus wealth managers? But in terms of performance, I'm asking you, I've come to the second question now. So a wealth manager who has 40 years of experience, who has seen all the markets up and down, all the recessions, all the this thing, versus a robo-advisor. Now, based on your understanding of digital, and you've been reading, everywhere there is OpenAI. I think all of us would have used OpenAI, especially the students these days. The assignments that are coming in are of great quality right now, right? The problem of higher education has been solved. Okay, you give any exercise, you just put it into OpenAI, it gives the answer, and you can just chat GPT, right? So, okay, so in terms of performance, how many of you think robo-advisors are more accurate than wealth managers with 40, 50 years of experience? Raise your hands, please. Do you understand this question? Robo-advisor is it more accurate, you think, than human advisors? Yes? So you have to either raise your hand if you say yes. I want the back row to kind of start moving a little bit. Raise your hands if you think, ma'am, Raji, ma'am, you have to go to the back seat, I think. Where is Raji? Or MCOM, Uma, ma'am, உங்கள் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸை கொஞ்சம் அப்படியே எழுப்புங்க. ரோபோ அட்வைசர்ஸ் அக்யூரேட்டாக இருக்காமா? சும்மா கெஸ் பண்ணுங்க. No, human advisors are more accurate. Okay, so the answer is like in Switzerland, this was in 2016, remember, this is not even 2024. As of 2016, everybody said trust. People won't be very comfortable just believing a machine, everything, all these very senior people. But one person came and spoke to my professor, it seems, that they conducted a research and they found out that robo-advisors are more accurate than the most experienced wealth manager, right? Because they learn with, a wealth manager learns with 40 years of data. Machine learning algorithm learns with 4 billion data points. So it knows, it learns, and it transforms itself every day. Okay, and it's very, very fast. So these are some of the wealth, robo advisors that are in the market right now. Okay, and does this mean? My question now, my next question is: does this mean the existing wealth managers like the ICICI banks, the HDFC banks, those guys, they will run out of business? So yeah, they have to. Yes, somebody. So you can also implement technology, right? So it does not mean, otherwise this course is not needed. Okay, if all the startups come and disrupting all the businesses, you don't need a discipline. This is a new discipline. Digital business transformation is a new discipline. You don't need this discipline. It's not that these are the existing traditional firms in the US, but the similar examples are the ICICI and the HDFCs of the world. What they can do is, there are various tasks involved in wealth management. Only one task is portfolio management, which is allocating the money to different assets and then seeing whether it performs well. If it is not performing, if the stock is not performing, you change. Right? Now you can leave that to machine learning. But what machine learning can't do is interacting with the customer. Okay, the customer centricity, in other words, can be improved manifold if they use this technology, right? So this is what we are going to be teaching you. What is it that you can do, okay, when you're faced with digital disruption? So we have just answered one question, is they can implement this technology, but there are other activities which machines can't do, right? Empathy, machine learning, artificial intelligence can't empathize with person. But even there is a debate. One person is telling that AI is going to take over the world and it's going to become very dangerous. That is one school of thought. There is a very famous person who's telling that. Who's that? Huh? Elon Musk. He believes AI can be sentient beings. What do you mean by sentient? Who can think, who can empathize. Okay, machines can think for sure, but empathy and relating to people, Okay, he believes that it will happen, so we have to regulate artificial intelligence. I mean, still now it's not happened. So for right now, we can safely say there is only something called as narrow AI. That is broad AI and narrow AI. Broad AI means all these things that I mentioned, empathizing with the customer and everything. You have narrow AI. So this is what we'll. I'll just tell you the question that I would like you to think when you're in a break. This is the layout of the industries that we talked about. Now we are taking one industry which is not in the center of tsunami, but in the outermost layer, okay, which is transportation and logistics, which is autonomous cars. What do I mean by autonomous cars? It drives on its own. Is it already there in the market right now? It's already there. We have, it is there in the market, but it is not commercialized yet. It's not because of technology. It's because of various things about regulation, government things and everything. You need to apply digital piano. Exactly. For everything, sir, even for to propel, I think you have now taken a big leap forward. Now, if you apply sensors, I'm sure you will be thinking of sensors in your machines and everything, right? So when you actually start collecting data, doing analytics, we can supply some good analytics engineers. Hopefully, we are in the process of training them. The discussion is, right, which industries, okay, will self-driving cars disrupt? This is what I want. I want answers from you. I'm going to write it on the board. Okay, I'll give you one clue. One is driving schools. Okay, so I want you to think about this and tell me which industries will disrupt autonomous driving. Now, whenever I travel abroad, I rent a car, and there is a semi-autonomous feature that is available, prevalent in all the cars. Now, first, when I'm driving on a highway, there was cruise controls, which means I can, ask the car to travel at a constant speed. But if there is a vehicle on the front, and if this car is going at 60 kilometers, I have to apply the brake. The cruise control will disengage, and then I have to manually take over. But now, if I just say 60 kilometers or 70 kilometers, and I can just travel on the highway, if there are roadblocks, if there is a car in between which is going slow, this car automatically slows. I don't have to put a brake or anything. And if I put a left indicator, it changes lanes. Okay, it changes lanes. So these are all semi-autonomous. We'll see a video after this case study, an example of an autonomous car. So you're ready with the answers? What was the first one I said? Driving school. My handwriting is very, very bad, so please bear with me. Okay. Next. Drivers. Okay, so there is no driving school, there is no driver. Okay. What else? Tourism. Explain, please. Why? Okay. So is this going to be negatively affected or positively? Negative means that business is going to go out of business. You can also say positively. Okay. Some industries might be positively. So is this negative or positive? What about drivers? Negative or positive? Negative. Okay. Okay. Tourism. Why? How? When? Okay. 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 But this is an autonomous car we are talking about, right? So autonomous car and tourism. I'm still not able to. Okay. Very good. Very good. I'll come to that. We'll see. So you have tourists coming from outside. Okay. Agreed. So if the car is driven by a driver as opposed to autonomy, an autonomous car, what difference is that going to make? You think? I'll come back to you. Insurance. Very nice. Is it positive or negative? Okay. Can you please explain? Somebody is telling positive and negative. How is it positive? How is it negative? No. Let's go to the first thing, which is very, very right. What she's telling. Can I get your name? Dr. Benison. Okay. So what Dr. Benison is saying, like the cars are going to become more safer. Do you all agree with it? As opposed to driving, a human driving, as opposed to a machine driving, she's saying that it's going to become much, much safer. Okay. And any idea what percentage of the accidents, road accidents, is caused by human error? So accidents can be caused by a mechanical failure. Accidents can be caused by many other factors, by weather conditions, by many other factors. The statistic accidents which is caused by a human error, what is the percentage? Any idea? More numbers சொல்லுங்க. எப்பா நீங்க பின்னாடி சொல்லுங்கப்பா. இது ஒரு yes, more than 75. I think we need to give a round of applause to the gentleman. He is opening up. The students are now okay. Good. So yes, some more answer. 90%. Okay. 11%. Everybody sir, 11%. How is it 11%? So he's a very safe driver. பின்னாடி இருக்கிறவங்கள பாருங்க, அவங்க எல்லாம் சேஃப் டிரைவர்ஸ் பாருங்க. It's actually close to 90%. Okay, it's 90% of the accidents is caused by human error. So if it's going to be a safer car, then insurance, you will pay less premium to the insurance company. So it is going to be negatively affected. Positive? Any positive for that? Correct. So positive is the safety is the positive. But for the industry, insurance industry, அவங்களுக்கு premium கம்மியா தான் நம்ம pay பண்ணுவோம். அவங்க revenue is going to get affected because of this. Okay, so their revenue is not going to go up unless they come up with some other models. Okay, so I think negative is for sure. Positive, I'll just put a question mark. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Okay. They collect the premium based on the past data about the accidents. Okay, based on the historical data. That is what is analytics, and they've been using analytics much before analytics actually became a hot buzzword. Okay, because they use risk analysis and everything. But if the risk itself goes down, then they can't charge the same premium, because new competition will come and they will say, I am not going to, all of you are driving self-driving cars, so I will charge a lesser premium. So the premiums will be driven down by competition. Okay, so maybe there is a positive angle to it. Just think about it. Anything else? Sorry? Real estate and infrastructure. Okay, please explain. Interesting point. Positive or negative? Excellent point. Everything. Please sit down, ma'am. Please sit down. Yeah. Your name, please. Okay, Dr. Jayanti. Okay, yeah.
Real estate industry, they have to develop more parking areas for constructing operations and all. So it will be more revenue for the people in the construction areas.
Okay.
More people are using more cars. If they even though not driving, they use cars.
Right.
So the infrastructure industry, since our roads have to be restructured, it will be restructured for public, infrastructure. But for revenue growth, because of more infrastructure companies will get more orders.
Okay.
That will be
No, but let's stick to real estate, right? I mean, this is a very good point you've brought in. What will happen to real estate because of self-driving cars? அது மட்டும் சொல்லுங்க.
They have to reformulate their construction plans.
Why?
Because due to more usage of cars, if in a home one person is not driving, one person uses the car. If a self-driving car comes into work,
Ma-
every person will like to use the car.
So
Number of person usage.
okay, so the number of is that true? Is that true? Think. Is that true? I'll give you a clue. There is something called the sharing economy that is becoming prevalent. Okay, more so in bigger cities. Okay, what does that mean? What is sharing economy? Cabs, public transport, right? Not just public transport. Public transport has been there for a very long time, right? But sharing economy is you have your car. In your spare time, you are willing to use it for Ola or Uber. You're sharing your asset. Okay, so people increasingly in bigger cities do not want to invest in cars because at the touch of a button they can call a car. Okay, so 10 years before, calling a taxi is you have to go to a taxi stand. Now you don't, right? So I think the individual purchase of cars is going to come down. Okay, but there is another interesting thing in real estate. What if okay, so driving is a very tedious task. Okay, especially if you're driving into bigger cities. Even in Coimbatore, முகூர்த்தம் டைம்ஸ் எல்லாம் வந்து கோயம்புத்தூர்ல இருந்து சூலூர் வருதுன்னா இன்னைக்கெல்லாம் 1 hour and 10 minutes. Okay, and if you're coming from Araspuram, if it's raining, forget it. You probably book a hotel and stay there and come the next day, right? But if you have an autonomous car, okay, if you have an autonomous car, so people actually tend to stay closer to the workplace, right? Closer to the schools. Let's say you have an autonomous car, that hassle of driving is gone, right? Will you move to a place like Sulur where you can build a bigger house for a cheaper price, buy a bigger land, and then travel to Araspuram? Okay, so the urban housing real estate might boom. Okay, you don't have to be near the city anymore. Okay, so that is one point. Anything else? Huh? Parking. Okay, very good. RTO. No need of RTOs, no driving license. Okay, they'll be jobless. RTO. Negative. So whatever you want to become, don't become an RTO. Don't write exams for RTO in the future. Good. What else? Hospitals. Very good. Positive or negative? Why? Accidents. Okay, excellent. Very, very close to hospitals. There is one more thing. How do I get that down? I have to push this. Okay, there is one more thing. Okay, we'll finish one more thing, which is very, very close to hospitals. Ambulance, yes, lesser number of ambulances. Sure. Ambulance. One more. No, we'll come to workshop. We'll come to workshop later. Something related to where? Sorry? No. I want to stay in the medical field. I want to stay in the medical field. One very life-saving thing is happening right now, which will not happen because of autonomous cars. No, that is health insurance. You become sick even if you don't die. Drive, right? Organ donors, organ harvesting. Okay, do you think this is going to be affected? Secretary ma'am, is it going to be affected? Because like most of the organs, kidney transplant, those organs are all coming from accident victims, right? If they agree to it. Okay, workshops. Why do you think? Okay, positive or negative? I have two answers. Okay, why is it negative?
Mechanical workshop negative.
Okay.
Electronic workshop, they're all working on PC chip.
Ma'am is not a chemistry teacher. You're a electronics. Okay. It's going to be positive, and so mechanical things are coming down, and most of the times these autonomous cars are going to be either electrical or hybrid cars. Okay. Hybrid car என்ன? எப்படி அந்த ஹைபிரிட் கார் பவர் ஜெனரேட் பண்ணுது? பேட்டரி வந்து பேட்டரி கார்ஸ். Okay, so when I say hybrid, it is both engine. There is a combustion engine also. Okay, that also works. But battery எப்படி சார்ஜ் ஆகுது? Movement. Brakes. When you apply the brakes, your battery gets charged, right? And some movements or whatever you have. So, like ma'am said, your electronics is becoming, it's actually becoming a computer. These days, cars, how many microchips or how many small computers are there in a car today? I want a number. How many computers? When I say computer, periya machine adala illa. Microchip is a computer, right? How many computers are there in a car right now? Sorry? Any number? More number solungappa. 2000. Okay. Tell that. There are hundreds of computers because everything is like all electronics, right? Digital, right? So hundreds of computers. Okay. What about lawyers? Positive or negative? Negative. Why? Because you don't have, no claims. Lawyers are going to be out of business. Okay. What about sensors? Somebody told about sensors, like on the cars, right? On the roads, you read sensor industry. Sensor industry is actually going to increase like big time. That's why big companies are big. All the industries are giving so much subsidy. They want to have sensor manufacturing industries. Okay. What about farming? Somebody told, like in our class, they said farming. How come farming will be affected? Autonomous farming. Tractors will drive on its own. Harvesters will do on its own. Okay. So no need for human labor. Ippave abroad lalla vandu thousands of acres are managed by 2 or 3 people. Okay, machines are doing it. Autonomous ships. Okay. Captains, no use for captains anymore. Okay. What about mass transit? Public transport? Okay. Buses and trains, forget planes. How is it going to get affected? Buses and trains. Autonomous cars versus public buses and bigger trains. How is it going to get affected? Positive, negative? The autonomous. But if sharing economy, right? What if you can share a ride from going from here to Chennai, right? So obviously it's going to be cheap. So one is definitely cost. If it's cheaper, definitely. So with this small exercise, you have seen how many industries are getting disrupted, not because of their fault. They might be running their business very efficiently. They might be very productive. They might have largest market share. But some other industry, some innovation is happening. Okay. And this entire thing is going for a toss. This is what is happening right now. And that is the purpose of this exercise. We'll just see a video of an autonomous car. And we'll see the reaction of the person.
Do you trust this? Oh my God. Oh, here he is. Well, that's a car. What's that thing on top?
I don't know.
A jaguar.
Hello, Amanda.
Oh my goodness. You got a jaguar. Where is the guy? What?
Buckle up.
Well,
Heading to Xanadu Coffee Company.
oh no, Amanda. Do you trust this? Amanda. I mean, Oh my God. I cannot believe this.
Are you buckled?
Yes, I want to be buckled. How in the... Where? Well, how did it get down here?
I called it.
You called it.
I did.
Call who?
The car.
There's no driver.
I know.
Oh. Amanda, is there... In other
Jerry
words,
says he's scared.
I am too. In other words, you're selling these? Well, where's Jenny? We got big... Amanda, look at you. Amanda, but won't this car get... what are the cops will see this?
Here we go. Intersection.
I don't... I'll never forget this. Never.
We're turning.
Amanda.
Coming up on a car.
The car did a better job than if somebody was driving.
You just said the same thing. You two said the same thing.
But I don't try. Amanda.
Coming up on a car.
He did a better...
In the US, you go to YouTube and you search autonomous car IAT. And I think Mahindra, like what's his Mahindra? Mahindra company. What's his name? Anand Mahindra. So just put these things. There is an IIT guy who has invented an autonomous car. So it is happening in India itself. You go to YouTube and you search for it, right? Interesting things. Okay, but that is actually no obstruction. Like it's all, but still, yeah, the trains, yeah.
First time it came, we all that.
Okay. Oh, you were all. So we should also experience the cars and see why is this okay. So these are some of the technologies: machine learning, blockchain, virtual reality, connected devices. These are the technologies that are powering all these innovations, right? Right. So this disruption that we are talking about, we will see what is the characteristics of the digital disruption. So for that, we'll do an exercise. I want again participation like this. We'll take Ola or Uber. Okay, how many of you have taken Uber or Ola? Okay, so please one more. How many of you have not taken Ola or Uber? My goodness. Okay, you're all living in not living in the city. Okay, so for people who have taken Ola and Uber, okay, why do you take Ola or Uber? What are the benefits as opposed to calling a regular taxi? Okay, so we'll do an exercise. Give me some advantages of Ola and Uber. Now we are actually trying to find what is the digital value, right? We talked about it is creating new types of value. So using this exercise, we'll understand because this is using an app, you're able to call a taxi and everything. So after this exercise, we'll summarize that. So why do you actually, what are the benefits of using either Ola or Uber? What do you mean? Okay. Okay. So tracking. Okay. Okay. It's cost effective. Okay. Sorry? Yengirunnalum? Okay. What is the right for it? Universal usage. எங்க போனாலும் அது access பண்ணிக்கலாம். Universal access. Okay. What else? Reduce time. Okay. Okay. Reduce waiting time. Okay. Safety. Okay. Good. Why? Why safety? Because everything is tracked. Okay. And You can share the details. Very nice. Yes. Okay. So there is one more feature. You can also rate. What about quality of the car from a regular taxi? Is it better than normal taxi, or you would say it's the same? Normal taxi now, if I go to an airport now, I'll take some black taxis, right? Which is already parked there. Some Suzuki, Maruti, as opposed to that, these cars, some of them are dirty, but for the most part, it's okay. Yeah, okay. So quality, I can just say maybe. Okay. So, there is a provision where you can rate the driver. Once the thing is okay, you can rate the driver. Do you know the driver can also rate you? You probably don't know that. He can also rate you. So next time, if you call a Uber or Ola, if he doesn't come and pick you up, what does it mean? You have been mischievous in the car. You have been drunk. You have abused the driver, or you have thrown garbage or whatever. So they'll cancel on you. Okay. So next time, if something is happening, please watch out. What else? Huh? Sharing. Okay. Please explain. Okay, but the other, even before you can share, no? You can share, right? Kerala. Can you share a taxi before? Then two or more people sharing.
We have nowadays, like, if I am going just coming from Africa to Sulu, so there is shared taxis also. I don't want to take a taxi on the same.
But that is not Ola and Uber, right? That is a
Ola,
different.
Uber it is.
Oh, okay. Okay.
They are being initiated also.
Okay.
But it depends on the city.
Okay. Sharing. And what about fixed price, right? You already know the price. You already know the price, at least the approximate price, right? How many times before this, I think these kids won't know, how many times, like for us, whenever we got into the taxi, we'll probably suspect that this guy is taking us around the circumference of the city to go into this thing, right? So, fixed price. Right. So, from here, okay, you can see clearly that's why I've drawn it in 3 quadrants, okay. What is this, what kind of a value is this giving? What kind of a value? Cost value, excellent, okay. What about this? Experience, so you're already seeing that, so you're able to relate, good. Experience. What about this? Platform value. Most of our time will be spent in the next 4 or 5 days on platforms. All these big companies that I'm talking about, they have become so big, so huge, lakhs of crores of market valuation. It's because of they are a platform, right? Now, every industry has now a platform business. For travel, what is a platform? What is a travel platform? What platforms do you use to book a bus or train? Red Bus for flights, hotels, TripAdvisor, and everything. So similarly, you take for education, Coursera is a platform. So what is a platform? What is a platform? It doesn't have to be online. Okay, even our college is a platform. A platform is something that connects 2 sides, right? That brings 2 sides together. Okay, so what do we connect teachers and students. We connect students and placements. Okay, we are a multi-sided, non-digital. We are not a digital platform. We are a physical platform. Okay, and then it should also have the same experience every single time. Like somebody, like one student said, universal access. Every time you open this app in a different city, if it is working differently, okay, how will the experience be, right? So in Coimbatore, it's showing a fixed price. In Chennai, it's not showing you a fixed price, right? So there should be standardization also. That is also another characteristics of a platform. So platform competition, there is a word called platform competition. Please Google that and understand what it is. Now companies, every company, individual companies are investing on platforms. So you will see how American Express, we'll just touch a little bit on platforms in American Express, and you'll understand how American Express created cost value, experience value and platform value. And in the subsequent case studies, you'll understand more about platforms. Why is this not working? Okay. So these are the three types of value. Now, it's self-explanatory. To compete by offering a customer a lower cost or other economic gains. This is superior experience. To compete by creating network effects. How many of you have heard this word network effect? Very important. Yes, ma'am, please. Tell me. Tell me. Please, sir. Please, sir. A group. Correct. You're coming there. So forget digital networks, right? Let's take phone network. Let's take a phone, telephone, ordinary telephone. Probably people sitting in the back, you won't know there is something called as a landline. These days, trunk call, lightning call, urgent call, all these STD and everything. Okay. So even cell phones, right? If only two people are using the cell phone, is the cell phone valuable? Okay. How many connections you can make? One connection. If three people are using, how many connections you can make? So there is one cell phone, there is one cell phone, you can make one connection. If there is one more cell phone, how many connections you can make? Three. Okay. If you add one more cell phone to this, how many connections you can make? Is it four? This is one. Okay. What about this? What about this? 6. Okay. So for every 2, 3, I think it should be okay. Let's just say, so network effect is for every additional user who's coming into the network, the value of the network increases exponentially. Okay, this is, what is the difference between this and this? This is a linear expansion. Regression. Your PhDs, remember regression? Outsource statistics. So linear curve, right? So it is increasing at a constant rate, whereas this is increasing exponentially. Okay. So network effect means this is the reason why Amazon is so valuable. For every additional user that comes into the Amazon, the value of the entire network becomes much, much higher. I'll give you one more example with respect to Uber and or Ola. There is a driver, there is a passenger. They get connected. If additional driver comes into the network, then the value, does it increase for this person? Now, even if the customer is one person, he can get connected to two people so that he can doesn't have to wait for such a long time if one driver is busy, other driver. So similarly, if there are more number of users, okay, more number of drivers will come into the network. If there are more number of drivers, even more number of users will come to the network. So the value of the network increases exponentially. Now, please understand network effects. So I said Google platform competition and also Google network effects. You'll understand more. There is a whole discipline that is arising right now as to how to create network effects so that our companies can become more valuable. Okay. These are the business models for every, if any of you are interested, Digital Vortex is the name of a book. You can buy this book. This is written by the professor with whom by a team actually, not just by one professor. They have written these books, and you'll read more about these business models. Every value, you can have a different type of business model. For example, for cost value, if you plan to give cost value, what is this thing called as consumption-based pricing? This is a business model that is coming up. This is capturing value. You remember I told about capturing value. What does capturing value mean? How do you make money for yourself, right? So any idea what does this consumption-based pricing mean? Huh? எலக்ட்ரிசிட்டி அதிகமாக யூஸ் பண்ணால் அதிகமாக பே பண்ணுறீங்க, கம்மியாக யூஸ் பண்ணால் கம்மியாக பே பண்ணுறீங்க. இப்போது இஸ் தட் அ காஸ்ட் வேல்யூ? அப்படி இல்லாட்டி நீங்கள் யூ வில் பி பேயிங். ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் நவ் கம் டு டிஜிட்டல். ஓகே, உங்கள் காலேஜ்லலாம் இப்போ வந்து கம்ப்யூட்டர் லேப்ஸ் இருக்குது. ஓகே, ஸோ நவ் whether we use it or not, we have to purchase a computer lab, we have to do the networking, and we have to put lab admins and everything. If the usage goes down, okay, we can't reduce the cost, right? The cost remains the same. But whereas if you go to, if you rent a server on Amazon Cloud, whenever you have labs, only for that time you can pay for it, like how you pay only for electricity. So this is becoming very, very popular, not just in the physical world, but in the digital world. Okay, and there is also called a subscription model. Okay, which is also another name for consumption. Like if you subscribe for YouTube, non-ad YouTube, you'll just pay a certain amount of money. So these are different business models. So any business school professor or a professor who's interested in strategy, right, you need to know about different business models. Right. So now this is a small exercise. Okay, I'll see whether we can spot the value that these companies are giving. This is Starbucks. If you don't know Starbucks, there is also Coffee Day here, right? What kind of value is Coffee Day giving? Is it giving cost value? Oh, okay, no. First answer this question. Is it giving cost value? Now, how much is the coffee there? 200, 500 rupees. What is, I mean, I don't know the latest price. Starting price, developer? 350 rupees is the starting price. What is the starting price in a bakery? Nama canteen la tea evlo? 10 rupees. So 10 rupees versus 350 rupees. Definitely no way cost value. Okay. Experience value. So giving experience value. What kind of an experience? Sorry? Taste. Taste, I don't like the taste. First of all, the ambience. The last bench is very active now. Yes. Service. Presentation. Exactly. So the service, ambience. Okay. What else? Okay, you get some roasted beans, they say. What is the name of the person who brews coffee there? There is he's not a chef. It starts with B. Next time you go and ask him, he knows more about coffee. You can ask him stories. He's supposed to tell stories about coffee. Where did that coffee bean come from? Africa. There are many kinds of coffee beans. Barista. It's barista, right? Yeah. So Barrista. Okay. Is it giving platform value? Okay. So platform value, it can also be a non-digital thing. I said it should all be standardized. That is one criteria. If they actually take your order digitally, and if you don't have to wait, probably they can start giving platform value. Right now, I don't think platform value is given. What about okay. What about Google Maps? It's definitely giving platform value because it's an app. What is it connecting? What are the two sides? One is you, who's the user, and the other one is, the destination, right? It's definitely giving platform value. MakeMyTrip.com. Okay, is it giving experience value? Definitely, right? So otherwise you have to keep asking. Like we still remember, if we have to go to a new place, we'll ask every auto driver whether to turn right or left wherever there is an intersection, and if there is no board. Now this guy is sitting in California, right? Google is sitting in California, and he's giving directions for me to go to Puliyamaratpalayam. Okay, so this is definitely experience. This is giving cost value. Yes or no? How many people say no? cost value. It's practically free of cost, right? Why do you think Google is giving this free of cost? It costs so much money to build this. Why do you think Google is giving free of cost?
Location based has been
But are they generating?
yes.
Really? Okay.
Localized business.
The Google address, right? So, but we have, I think all of our institutions are there in Google. We don't pay any money for listing this thing. Ads you can, but I don't think that's a lot of money. Are they? Can you give an ad in Google Maps? I'm not seeing any ad. நான் கூகுள் மேப்ஸில் அட்வர்டைஸ்மெண்ட் பார்த்ததே இல்லைங்கிறேன். நான் பார்த்ததே இல்லை இது வரைக்கும். யூடியூப் இல்லைப்பா. ஐ எம் சேயிங் கூகுள் மேப்ஸ். Google Maps, anyway, but why are they giving? There is one more very, very important reason why they are giving this for free. They get data. Data is the ultimate, data is the new oil. Somebody told this 10 years back. Okay. Using data, they know more about you than you. Okay. What do you like? Where you are going? So watch out. It keeps tracking everything, but they don't personalize it. They use it to for different purpose, which is what one session will talk extensively. Dr. Kanagaraj and Neha will be talking extensively about this thing. They use it for Google search, Google products. They use this data, not just this data, they use so much of other data. They start collecting. It's a very, very valuable information. So Google is giving all three types of value, right? Google Maps. Similarly, Make My Trip also is giving all three types of value. This is called as combinatorial disruption, all combinations, right? In other words, we'll come up with another word that's a very funny word. But now, what forms of value does your company provide? Especially people, faculty from outside. What is it? Cost value, experience value, platform value, or any two, or any one? Is platform? No, there's no platform value, but you cost value, experience. But do you think Krishna is the cheapest college in Coimbatore? Okay, so probably not. Okay, so experience value, right? Companies which give all three types of value, they are called as value vampires. Okay, we just call them as value vampires. He's truly a disruptive player. Okay, when a company starts giving, so if some of you students want to start a company, you should start thinking of giving all three types of value. So why am I putting WhatsApp? Is it's actually a value vampire. It's giving all three types of value. First of all, it's free of cost, great experience, and it's a platform where you can connect with multiple people. Now, prior to WhatsApp, one of the major sources of revenue for telecom companies was SMS, short messaging service. Every telecom company will make at least 25 to 30% of their money from short messaging services. What is the revenue from SMS right now for telecom companies? Do you SMS or do you WhatsApp? WhatsApp. It's practically come to zero, right? So a value vampire sucks the complete industry profit, and it transforms the industry completely. And another interesting feature is this is not a telecom company. This is a software company. This is a software company, right? So digital companies are transforming industries, and they are also getting into physical industries. They are getting into physical industries. Just remember another example, but I'll come to that later. So Amazon and Walmart. So when I asked Walmart, many of you said DMart is the imitator of Walmart. So if you don't know Walmart, you can compare DMart, right? For every additional Prime member, okay, this is an important statistic. For every additional Prime member, there are 4 vacant parking lots in Walmart. What does it mean? For every ஒரு prime member Amazon-குள்ள வந்தாங்கன்னா 4 parking space free ஆகுது. They literally calculated this. So what's happening there? Walmart is losing customers big time, okay? But Walmart is the most efficient company. When I was in US, when we had case studies on Walmart for various things, how their supply chain is the most efficient in the world, how they opened up so many stores all over the country so that people get access to retail. They don't have to travel. So they had huge base of customers and their margins was very, 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 very thin. So they were very efficient with suppliers. They were able to bargain and get products at a very low cost, and their inventory management was the most efficient, which means just in time inventory. அப்படின்னா என்ன? Just in time inventory. Inventory cost is one of the biggest cost for any company because you need to have warehouses. If you want to see the warehouses, please take a travel on the Palladam to Cochin bypass. You'll see huge warehouses near Chettipalayam and everything. That is a huge cost for companies storing inventory. Walmart optimized the inventory supply chain so that they reduce the storage, which means their suppliers will supply just when they are needed, just when they have to display it in the retail shop. For if other retailer needs 10 warehouses, Walmart needed only 1 or 2 warehouses. Okay, so Walmart was the most efficient company, but in spite of that, for no fault of theirs, Amazon is taking their business. Right? Walmart already closed 260 plus stores. Now they bought one e-commerce company, Walmart, Flipkart. Yes. In spite of buying Flipkart, they are still not able to catch up with Walmart. Why? Any reason? You already saw that you have that slide in your with you. The answer is there in that slide. ஆன்சர்னா அப்படியே இருக்காது, நீங்க பார்த்து அந்த 4 ஸ்லைட்ல ஏதோ ஒரு ஸ்லைட்ல இருக்கு. Why is it that Walmart okay, just to save time, because they have not digitized the piano, right? They have not touched all the keys. They just bought Flipkart and they are operating Flipkart. In order to truly become a transformed company, they have to change the way they are working. It's very difficult. They are probably working on it right now. Okay, we'll end this session with a real time example. Okay, so far we have been talking, of course, with some examples, but you all know this, right? Gillette, the razor product, right? Shaving razors, men, women, both. Who owns Gillette? Which company owns Gillette brand? இதுதான் ஃபேக்கல்ட்டி ஜேர்னல்ஸ் படிக்கணும், நீங்கள் புக்ஸ் படிக்கணும், நியூஸ் பேப்பர் படிக்கணும், உங்கள் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட்டு பிரின்சிபல் எல்லாம் சொல்கிறாங்களா? RVS faculty also. I keep telling all of you. Students, who owns? P&G, good. Procter and Gamble, okay. So students, they've okay. So which country is that? P&G headquarters. Now it's a global company, but it's an American company. Okay. So let's look at a video. This guy is a Dollar Shave Club. DSC means Dollar Shave Club. We'll look at a video, okay, and then we'll discuss. Volume. Okay, before that, this video length is about 1.33. Okay, this is an advertisement for Dollar Shave Club. If the length is 1.33, okay, 15 more minutes. What does it mean? If you advertise it in TV, how big should an advertisement be? 30 seconds or 60 seconds. So if this advertisement is 1.33, this company did not advertise in TV. This company did not advertise in traditional channels. It advertised only in Facebook in 2015, 14 or 15. Okay.
Hi, I'm Mike, founder of DollarShaveClub.com. What is DollarShaveClub.com? Well, for $1 a month, we send high-quality razors right to your door. Yeah, $1. Are the blades any good? No. Our blades are f***ing great. Each razor has stainless steel blades, an aloe vera lubricating strip, and a pivot head. It's so gentle a toddler could use it. And do you like spending $20 a month on brand name razors? 19 go to Roger Federer. I'm good at tennis. And do you think your razor needs a vibrating handle, a flashlight, a back scratcher, and 10 blades? Your handsome-ass grandfather had 1 blade and polio. Looking good, pop-up! Stop paying for shave tech you don't need. And stop forgetting to buy your blades every month. Alejandro and I are going to ship them right to you. We're not just selling razors, we're also making new jobs. Alejandro, what were you doing last month?
Not working.
What are you doing now?
Working.
I'm no Vanderbilt, but this train makes hay. So stop forgetting to buy your blades every month and start deciding where you're going to stack all those dollar bills I'm saving you. We are DollarShaveClub.com, and the party is on.
I know karate, I know jiu-jitsu, I drive like a gangster when I'm coming to see you, see you.
So their model was a subscription model, okay, which means for $1 a month, they will send you blades home. That's all. You can of course pay a little more for premium blades. Okay, so anybody in the back room could have started this company. It's nothing, no, hi-fi technology or anything. Just put up a website, okay, and do an advertisement, funny advertisement like this, and post it on Facebook. Probably if you even don't pay, by viral effect it can go. Otherwise you can pay and promote it. Okay, but the most important thing is what happened to Gillette because of this. Okay, so some young guy, okay, just bought a bunch of blades and put a website and said for $1 you can subscribe. Next slide. Okay. This is what the result was. Okay, Gillette started losing sales big time. Okay, now Gillette is the biggest brand in the world. Okay, some guy from nowhere just came and started a subscription based model, and then he started bringing down Gillette sales. Now, why did this happen? Why do you think people started buying blades from these guys? Of course, they are not the leader, but you're able to not go against a small competitor. You're able to go and pull sales from the biggest brand. Somebody in Sulu starts this, and imagine going against Gillette. Okay, we might be thinking it's a dream, but this has happened. This is a real life example. Why do you think, what was the reason for this? See, basically blades are an everyday commodity, right? You don't particularly get happy, or you don't get all dressed up like going to a movie, wear your jewels and put perfume and everything to go and buy groceries and everyday things, right? You much prefer if it comes home to you, and that is what is happening in many categories. Grocery shopping is now online. I think many of you are probably just ordering through an app and you're getting it online. So these commodities where shopping is not a great experience, these are actually getting disrupted by all these digital players. And you know what Gillette did? They did not do anything. They should have responded, right? How can they respond is something that we'll try to do in 10 minutes. So I would like you to be Gillette. You're all managers of Gillette, this row. And this row, you're all managers of Dollar Shave Club, okay? So Dollar Shave Club has come and he has disrupted you. Sunia ma'am, you're a marketing professor, so you take the lead. As a brand manager or as a product manager or as a CEO, a product manager for Gillette, what are the options you have? What can you do? What can you do? Students, நீங்க என்ன பண்ணலாம்? Otherwise, we'll go to these guys, right? No, we'll go to you first. What can you do? Yeah. Yes. இல்லை புதுசாக கம்பெனி இல்லை, இவங்க வந்து டிஜிட்டல் கம்பெனி, இவங்களுக்கு ப்ரெசன்ஸ் எல்லாம் ஒன்றும் இல்லை, உங்கள் மார்க்கெட்டை எடுக்கிறாங்க. உட்காருங்க ப்ளீஸ். ஓகே, it's against the law, தெரியுங்களா? That is called as predatory pricing. Okay, some companies in India is doing it. For example, Reliance Jio was this is இல்ல, but அது வந்து illegal in even in India, but somehow Jio was able to get it. இப்போ increase பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க prices, சரிங்களா? That is called as predatory pricing. China is dumping that. China is doing that in all the countries. They are dumping their goods at a subsidized rate than what it costs them to build. அது that is illegal. லீகலாக சொல்லுங்கள். இந்தியாவில் கொஞ்சம் லீகல் எல்லாம் கலந்து அடிச்சுக்கலாம், பட் இது அமெரிக்காவில் நடந்திருக்கு. இன்னொரு ஆப்ஷன் சொல்லுங்கள். Fake இல்ல, நாம we can copy them. That is a valid strategy. Okay, we can copy them and we can also have a subscription model. அப்படிங்களா? ஓ, அவங்க பிராண்ட்லயே பண்ண சொல்றீங்க. நீங்க என்ன இல்லீகலாவே சொல்றீங்க? நோ, அவங்க பிராண்ட் யூஸ் பண்றாங்க, ராமராஜன் போடுறாங்களா? அது ஓகே, அந்த லுக் அண்ட் ஃபீல் எல்லாம் டிக்ரேட் பண்ணிக்கலாம், பட் பேர் என்ன இருக்குங்க? பேரு ஓகே, then it's okay. So you're basically so it's like the McDonald's symbol இருக்கு இல்லைங்களா, M. நான் இங்கே காரில் போகும்போது பார்ப்பேன், நிறைய இடத்துல M போட்டு அந்த சிம்பிளை காப்பி பக்கத்தில் இப்படி தூக்கி விடுறது, அதெல்லாம் இருக்குது. ஸோ எஸ், ஸோ அது பண்ணலாம், பட் யூ கேன் ஆல்சோ காப்பி தட் மாடல், ரைட்? யூ கேன் ஆல்சோ ஸ்டார்ட் அ சப்ஸ்கிரிப்ஷன் மாடல். ஓகே, ஸோ குட். Next, what else can you do? Okay, so pricing, you can reduce the pricing, but not to the level. But I'll come back to his argument, which is something. If you do this, okay, if you copy that strategy, and if you're selling online, okay, you should not forget that you're already have a customer consumer. In the rendu difference irukku. Customer is who buys your product, consumer is who uses the product. So in the case of children's toys, the parents, the mother is the customer, the consumer is the child. Okay, so inga Gillette la the manufacturing, so the retail store is the customer, right? You go and display it in the retail stores, ella pakkum kedikudhu illaya Gillette blades alla. The consumer is actually you and I who use it, right? So you are already supplying to retail stores. Remember, you're already supplying to retail stores. Now if you start selling online, what will happen to the shelf space? Retail, if somebody is teaching retail marketing, okay, retail la vandu the shelf space is very important, where your product is displayed. Okay, the height of the product, the position, whether it is in the front or in the end. Okay, so very very important. Grocery, இப்போ பால் அதெல்லாம் வந்து நீங்கள் ரீட்டைலில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா கடைசியில் வைப்பாங்க. Okay, why? You have to walk through. In the process, you will end up buying more. Okay, and checkout timeல இந்த சாக்லேட்ஸ் இதெல்லாம் வைப்பாங்க. Okay, why? Because நீங்கள் இம்பல்சிவாக அங்கேயும் எடுத்து நீங்கள் போவீங்க. ஸோ உள்ளேயும் போகும்போது உங்களை வாங்க வைக்கணும், வெளியே போகும்போதும் வாங்க வைக்கணும். ஸோ this is very very important. So if you are selling it on a subscription based model, what will happen to the position in the retail store? Your competitor will come and occupy the space, because this guy will think Okay, you're already selling through another channel. This is called as channel conflict. Okay, this is a very important. So Gillette has to manage this alone. But there is again a lot of things that we can discuss. But at the end result, market share dropped from 71%. Gillette had a market share of 71% to 59% because of this disruptor. Okay, in 2016. And you know who bought this finally? This is an exercise that I would have done with all of you because of short of time. Unilever bought Dollar Shave Club. Who's Unilever? That's India, but Unilever as such, it is a competitor. It's a consumer packaged company. So like Gillette, like Procter and Gamble, this is Europe based. I think it's Netherlands based company. Okay, in India they have tied up with Hindustan. It's a Hindustan Unilever. Hindustan bought this, okay, for $1 billion. And they did not have a presence in the shaving category. So shaving la avanga brand illa. They bought it and they used it to enter the US market. Now these two guys are competitors, right? I mean, big competitors. Unilever and even the biggest consumer packaged companies. And they started getting market share. இப்போ நீங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா இப்போ gillette.co.in போனீங்கன்னா Gillette has now realized that this is a model that we should also follow. So India you can join the club, Gillette Club, and then I think they'll start sending you this. So this is one powerful example of how a simple business model, but if you can understand why. The reason here why is it's a commodity. Commodity, it's undifferentiated product. It's a very boring chore to go, and especially when people are becoming busy, they can't go and spend time shopping. So so he understood that and he capitalized on that and he went after the biggest of the biggest and he was successful. And now that business model is copied by all these big companies. So we'll close this. So we have talked about all this disruption, right? Now one question might arise in our minds. Sir, இந்த மாதிரி பெரிய பெரிய கம்பெனிஸ் வர்றாங்க. ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் பைஜூஸ், ஓகே, he came, he disrupted the what market did he disrupt? Educationல ஒரு specific market. He is not giving degrees, tuitions, okay, and coaching also. He disrupted that market. But what is happening right now? Byju's is on the verge of closing, okay, complete mismanagement. Appo sir, in the business model failure அப்படின்னு கேட்டா, no, it is, please keep in mind, it is not the it is the disruption, not the disruptor. The disruptor might succeed or may not succeed, but online coaching, online tuition, this animation, this is going to stay. Okay, so there is no way we are going to escape from all these things. And next 5 days we'll see case studies and so on and so forth, explaining about all these different things. Thank you very much for your time. We'll end this session.